I'm having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting sheep but running out. As time ticks by,
Tick-tock.
still I try. No rest for cross-chops in my mind. On my own, here we go.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are dialed in live and in living color. This is The Experience, known as the Unleashed Radio Hour. I am your host, Ron Klinger. It is always a privilege. It is always an honor to be here with you every Monday, 1 p.m., Business 1110, KTEK, also streaming live out at UnleashedRadioHour.com. Again, UnleashedRadioHour.com for everything related to the show. But this is where I beg, this is where I grovel, this is where I plea, this is where I ask you, how about on Facebook? But Ron, I'm not on Facebook. That's okay. I'll give you other resources later, but I'm trying to drive people to the Facebook page. All right, head on out to that Facebook page. Go out, real simple, in that search Facebook bar, just put Unleashed Radio Hour. That's all you got to do. Go out, follow along, stay connected. I drive everything through Facebook. Hey, but we're going to drive to a break. We come back, we'll get into our topic for today. Again, this is the Unleashed Radio Hour. Be right back after these messages.
It's estimated that 9 out of 10 individual investors fight a losing battle against the big institutions. So what can you do about it? Hi, I'm Mary Beth Motisi, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Houston. Listen to Power Trading Hour to learn how the markets really work and how to think and act like the professionals. Call us at 281-820-8905 to register for our complimentary half-day class. Find out more at HoustonOTA.com and listen to Power Trading Hour, weekdays at 2 p.m. on Business 1110 KTEK.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad but don't know where to start? Hi, I'm Joan London with The Place for Mom. Nobody knows your parent or loved one better than you, and nobody knows senior living better than the experts at A Place for Mom. It's a free service, and we've helped thousands of families find the right place for their mom or dad. There's a place for answers, a place for mom. Call today.
Call A Place for Mom at 1-800-391-1755. That's 1-800-391-1755.
This is Business 1110.
Can't touch this. You can't touch this.
All right, we back. We getting our groove on. Hey, it's hammer time, right? Can't touch this. We're having fun here, taking you back to the 80s, back to the 90s when we're getting down. Hey, we're going to get down today here on the Unleashed Radio Hour. Again, your host, Ron Klinger. This is The Experience. And we're trying to provide an experience for you, whether you're listening in live out of Business 1110 KTEK, streaming live out on the internet at UnleashedRadioHour.com, or if by chance you're out there listening to the podcast because you've gone out to UnleashedRadioHour.com, or you've been so good as you've gone out and found the podcast out on iTunes, right? All you got to do is search Unleashed Radio Hour. Now, listen, if it's your first time listening to the show, the purpose of this show is to put information, tools, and resources on the airwaves that helps you unleash your career and business. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to do this in a way where we're going to start with a little bit of facts first to lay the foundation. If you've been in, you've listened, that's great. We've got a ton of information on best practices of Houston's best and brightest companies to work for that's out there. Go out, listen to the past shows on the podcast. You're going to learn. And one of the factors that is gauged in that best and brightest process is the fact of which companies that exist out there are participating or are engaging in community initiatives. Which programs are out there, which companies are out there that are making a difference, not with just the business that they're doing, but also in their communities. So real quick, why does this matter today? Why is this anything of significance? Why should you care? So a couple things that I'm going to talk about, and I don't just like throwing out alternative facts or fuzzy numbers. I like to share some research. A couple of things I want to encourage you to do if you're listening in today and you're a manager or a leader or a business owner that's out there, or you want to make a difference with your business, is two things I'm going to point to directly. One, hop on out, go out and look at the latest report from Gallup. And it's the State of the American Workforce Report. State of the American Workforce Report by Gallup. They put it out just this past spring. And one of the things that I want to quote, that I want to talk about, is there's this issue, and they've been writing a number of blog posts and articles, as it says here in this report, about the changing workforce. And there's a lot of things that are taking place in today's workforce that is different than the way business has been done in the past. And I'm just going to read a quick quote, connect to another data point that's very important, but to illustrate why we're talking about the topic we are talking about today. So from the Status of the American Work Report by the Gallup organization, organizations have nowhere to hide. They have to adapt to the needs of the modern workforce, or they will find themselves struggling to attract and keep great employees and their customers. Again, key words, they must adapt, or they will find themselves struggling to attract and keep great employees and therefore customers, because there's relationships that get built in that process of your business. Now, what does that mean? What does that take place? Here's the angle. Here's where we're going to take this. Listen, and again, that's from Gallup. They're doing research. So go out, find that. It is Status of the American Workforce. Very important if you're out there to understand the trends and the things that are coming through. Another organization that does a lot of research in this area, specifically to millennials, is Deloitte. And they are on their 6th annual Deloitte Millennial Survey. Why do I bring this up? Because by the year 2025, 75% of the workforce will be comprised of those of the millennial generation. They are currently the largest generation in U.S. history, and as a result, in 2015, yes, 2 years ago, they are the largest generation in the workforce, surpassing the baby boomers. Why does that matter? Because they work differently. I didn't say wrong. I didn't say better. I said differently. And here's where this goes in. This is where the topic takes place. In that 2017 Millennial Survey from Deloitte, what they found, and those that they surveyed told them, is that those folks, millennials, right? I say those folks, those representing that age group born between 1980 and 2000 that are in the work world, they want opportunities to be involved with good causes at the local level, many of which are enabled by employers to provide that experience where they're connecting and doing more than just a job. And that's what leads us in today's discussion. It's about making a difference. It's about stewarding and connecting. It's about a good cause. It's about giving back, which is why I have with us Josh Griffon from Texan Bank. Josh, welcome to the Unleashed Radio Hour.
Thank you very much, Ron. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, look, trying to match that energy here. We're going to keep bringing it. We're going to drop it like
I'm going to try to match your level of intensity right now, but I have to tell you, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, and we're going to have fun. Now, I've got Josh with us because Josh had an opportunity to go through a leadership program that I recently instructed, right, through the Clear Lake Chamber of Commerce, and reached out to me and says, hey, we've got this great program. What can we do to help? So first of all, tell us a little bit about Texan Bank. And then let's build in and talk about it, and then we'll get our other guests here for the organization that Texan Bank has decided to support.
All right. Well, Texan Bank is a local bank. We got 4 locations: Houston, Clear Lake, Friendswood, and Sugar Land. We started back 6 years ago in 2011. We focused primarily on working with small to mid-sized businesses. Business is really where we drive most of our customer base from.
Right. And you again, the location, give a location so people have a geography of where we're talking.
Okay, so Houston, right there at Beltway and 45 on the south side. We've got Friendswood, Clear Lake, and Sugar Land.
Very good. And you all have made the decision, and I love how it came out, Texans Serving Texans, right? Name of your program. And you all have decided to partner with an organization called Kids Harbor.
That's correct.
How did that all come to fruition?
Well, about a year ago, our president and CEO, Kenny and Christy Conchaba, decided that the bank needed to take an intentional shift towards servant leadership. Servant leadership being, serving our community, serving each other inside the bank, and then also serving our customers. So the Texans Serving Texans is the external branch of that servant leadership. And so we were looking around trying to find a group to work with. Chief District Director for State, Senator Larry Taylor, his rep, Jackie King, kind of turned us on to the idea. Kenny and Christy went to go to the gala that they had put on, fell in love with the organization, and here we are today. Since we've done a basic needs drive, socks, undies, toothpaste, toilet paper. We've done a toy drive around Christmas. One of our employees' husbands actually built 6 closets, and then some employees from the bank went up there. We installed them, stained them, put them in, and that was just great. And then most recently, we held the first annual Splash into Summer Bash at Kids Harbor. We had Kona Ice. Alvin came out and brought a snow cone truck. We had slip and slides. We did a obstacle course. It was just amazing.
Awesome. So we have the pleasure of Sharon and Angela, who are here online with us from Kids Harbor. Welcome to the Unleashed Radio Hour.
Thank you. This is Sharon.
Hi,
This is
Sharon.
Angie.
Amen. Hey, thank you all for what you all are doing. So tell us a little bit from your perspective. Give us your pitch. Tell us about Kids Harbor.
Well, Kids Harbor is a shelter and a group home, and we contract with the state of Texas to care for children in foster care. In the shelter, they come to us in crisis, and then we have a long-term home that we take care of them after their basic needs have been met and they're going into foster care.
Right, so they arrive to you in great need.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about some of the other services and what you do, and kind of give folks a picture as to, hey, we're looking for an organization to support and what might move them to support Kids Harbor the way that Texan Bank has stepped up to the plate.
Well, these are children in real need. They come to us from emergency situations. They come to us with a lot of trauma, a lot of medical issues, and psychological issues. So while they come here, we just want them to feel safe and happy. We treat them as normally as we can while we get all their services done. And having the day like we just had with Texan Bank was great. The kids were outside playing all day. Lots and lots of activities, lots of interaction with their employees, and our kids had a wonderful time.
So for folks that are listening in, when you talk about challenging situations, we're talking about their current living arrangements that they may need to be taken out of, family, friends, relatives, or just unfortunate situations that kids shouldn't have to be facing.
These are all children who have suffered abuse or neglect.
And again, they're not things that kids should have to be dealing with. So having a great event where kids can be kids to get out and play, what a great blessing that had to be.
It was a great day.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was a blessing for folks from Texan Bank as well.
Oh, God. I mean, this was such an amazing experience. I mean, we all knew it was going to be great. We had no idea how great it was going to be. I mean, actually, it was funny. So we're going out there that day, and we're all scared of rain. It was really raining that weekend, and it was like meant to be for some reason. I mean, there was clouds all around us.
You had the protective bubble,
we
right?
had it. We had a big bubble going on right there, and it was just not going to happen. No rain. We were able to carry the event out in its entirety, and it was amazing.
Absolutely. So real quick, what I want to do, Sharon, I want to give you a little plug, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the specific current campaign that's going on here in just a little bit. But if folks want to learn more about Kids Harbor, where should they go for more information?
They can go to our website, which is kidsharbor.org. It's KIDZ harbor.org, and we have our histories on there. We have our needs list. How they can donate, everything is on the website.
And you all are a registered nonprofit organization, that is correct?
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're a 501c3.
And a lot of people don't know that about organizations, of where they are and where they can go. And the reason, and I don't know if you heard the setup, a lot of companies are looking for organizations that speak to them to have their employees step up and serve and give. And so what are some of those other areas where you could use support, minus the specific program we're going to talk about with Texan Bank that folks could probably hear in today?
Well, we could not run the facility the way we want to without community involvement. This is a huge task, and there's lots of needs. We see more than 400 kids a year come through our doors, and every one of them have to be clothed, new shoes, haircuts. A lot of transportation. Right now, other than our immediate need of what Texan Bank is doing with the backpacks and school supplies, is we also need a new van.
A new van. So, hey, we'll put that out there. We'll dangle that here, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, what we've got to do is we need to run to a quick break. We're going to come back. That was a great segue and a great setup as to getting into the program that Texan Bank is helping to drive right now, where you can step in and serve and support not only Texan Bank and their initiative, but Kids Harbor and kids that really do need some of those school supplies. What we're going to do when we come back, we'll talk more about that program. We'll take some more comments on how you can help Kids Harbor. Again, to learn more, go out to Kids Harbor. That's KIDZHARBOR.org to learn more. All right, there's the music. It's time to rock. It's time to roll. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is Jason Bible with Right Path Radio. Look, if you're new to real estate or you're experienced and you just want a little help with wholesaling, flipping, rentals, you really need to get on the right path. So why should you listen to us? We take the confusion out of real estate investing. We make tailor-made plans just for you. Just like not every house is the same, so why should your investing plan be the same as every other investor? So listen to our show, Right Path Radio, weekdays 9 a.m. right here on Business 1110 KTEK.
Need electricity at your business? Would you like to save money on that electricity? Discount Power, 2016's fastest growing retail electricity company in the nation by Inc. magazine, is headquartered right here in Houston. For great rates and great service, call 713-423-6970 option 3 or visit discountpowertx.com/commercial and save money on electricity. Get a one-time $50 credit on your business's first bill by mentioning promo code BizRadio. Certain terms and conditions apply. This offer is valid for new commercial accounts only. PUCT 10161.
This is Business 1110.
All right. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. You're dialed in. This is the Unleashed Radio Hour. I am your host, Ron Klinger. Live and in studio with me today is Josh Griffon from Texan Bank. We've got folks online from Kids Harbor dialed in. So, Josh, tell me about that. You guys are currently supporting a campaign. We began to talk very briefly about that in that last segment. What's going on now that you want folks to know all about?
All right. So right now, Texan Bank is promoting the More Than Just a Backpack drive. We're calling it More Than Just a Backpack because they need school supplies too. We all know children are our future. It's time to set these kids up with the tools and resources that they need to be successful in education. So what we have, you can donate backpacks, school supplies, paper, pencils, pens, any number, etc., to any one of our branches. We can do it up until September 29th, but the real big push for us is going to be before school starts. We want August 10th is really the day we'd like to have a lot of this supplies and backpacks donated by.
So that you got everything before school starts.
Right.
So that these young kids that are being taken care of and provided safe harbor at Kids Harbor, right? I hope you like that one there, Sharon.
I did.
That they've got all the resources that they need to start the school year right and not start out with less than anyone else that's in their class.
Right. And not even, having them before school starts is great, but we're going to end up taking these until September 29th because, after the school year begins, there's going to be sales that go up for backpacks and school supplies and such. And they need them year-round.
Great opportunities for folks that are out there to get together, a work group, another group, bring it. Where can they bring supplies if they take advantage of those, not only pre, but post sales on school supplies this year?
So they can take them to any one of our 4 branches. That's Houston, Clear Lake, Friendswood, and Sugar Land. And if you need exact addresses, you can go to our website, www.texanbank.com, to get those location addresses.
Again, that is texanbank.com to get those locations. You can also call 281-276-1800. See, look, I got the flyer in front of me. I've got all the digits. I got all the information. So Sharon or Angela, whoever wants to jump in here, because I've got you guys out there remotely, talk a little bit about the school supplies and what this means to the kids that you guys serve.
Well, you'd be surprised on the first day of school how the kids will be excited to get a new backpack and all their school supplies because a lot of them have never had that before. And so they're all excited, want to get up, and they actually want their backpack a couple days before school because they want to look through it and kind of see what they have. And like Josh said, we have kids year-round, so We take in kids all the time, so we're always needing backpack and school supplies.
Yeah, and not only are they facing that challenge of the situation that and situations they've been facing, but I want our listeners out there to dial in, and if y'all feel the need to chime in afterwards, feel free to do so. Can you imagine going to school, sitting in class for the very first time, and the teacher says, "Okay, students, let's get all your backpack out and your supplies and make sure we can put them in the right order." How important that is to feel safe and secure and confident that they're launching into that school year in a positive path in light of everything that they're already having to juggle and dance and to face.
It's kind of like the least that you could think you could do is give some backpacks and have some pencils ready to start school that day.
Little things that make a very big difference. So what are some things that, if people are out there looking for backpacks, are there any styles or any characters or any things of flavor or flair that the young folks are paying attention to, Sharon or Angela?
Well, we have so many different ages in school here. We have everything from kindergarten all the way up to senior in high school. So those little kids, they like the traditional ones of the characters, the princes, the superheroes. They like that. They like the camouflage. And then we also have the high schoolers. They want something a little more sophisticated. And what we like is when we can give them something as that is as nice, if not nicer, than what their peers are carrying, so that they walk in. We want them to have a new pair of shoes on. We want them to have a new backpack, and we want them to feel very normal. They're already going there without their mom and dad and that kind of support, so we want them to feel like they are confident and ready to go.
Yeah, and anything, again, supplies that they need. We've talked about backpacks, all sizes from elementary to high school, styles, right? Colored construction paper, dividers. If you think about your standard school supply list, it doesn't hurt to get a little extra and put a couple backpacks together, one or two, fill them up with all of these good items, and drop them off at the nearest Texan bank near you. Again, in Houston, Friendswood, Clear Lake, and Sugar Land. You can learn more by going to TexanBank.com. Again, TexanBank.com. Now, real quick, we're already up against another break. So what we're going to do when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about Kids Harbor. You guys have a chance to share some more stories about success, about what this does for the young folks in getting supplies, materials, and resources, and the services that are provided at Kids Harbor, and why, again, back to Texan Bank saying, this is where we want to go. This is the organization that we want to support and that we choose to make a difference in our community. You're dialed in. You're listening to the Unleashed Radio Hour here on Business 1110 KTEK. Oh, I love it. Everybody dance now. It's time to boogie to a break. We'll be right back.
Attention homeowners, why do you throw away hundreds of dollars every month to the electric company when you can save thousands of dollars over time with a solar energy system that increases the value of your home and eventually can have you enjoying no monthly payment at all? Green Solar Technologies has years of experience as leaders in residential and commercial solar systems and is proud to be a platinum installer for Solar World, the country's top-selling manufacturer of American-made solar panels. Call 800-507-1148 today for a free estimate and to take advantage of current tax credits, grants, and rebates, which can save you even more. Green Solar Technologies guides you through every step, including financing options, which will allow you to enjoy all the benefits of solar power for zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for the first year. Stop paying high energy bills and start saving money today by calling Green Solar Technologies at 800-507-1148. That's 800-507-1148. 800-507-1148.
This is Business 1110.
Yeah, we're back. We're rocking and rolling today on this. I can't, it's like it's raining every day lately this week. Hey, but we're here to bring a little sunshine, a little pep to your step, a little hop to your swagger. We're talking Take Care of Business today here on the Unleashed Radio Hour, where it's about giving back into the community. We got Sharon and Angela on the line with us from Kids Harbor. Hey, if you guys could, when we start talking about every program has a significant purpose, and we've kind of tipped the iceberg, but let's talk about, what are some of those greatest hopes or success stories that with the young folks that arrive to you that says, we did our job and they're on that positive path and that's why we're here?
Well, we've had quite a few success stories. We have the shelter, and then we have our group home, and then we have another program for young adults. And we've had children go through all three programs, and we had one young gentleman come to us in a very bad situation where he was being smuggled into the country. He didn't know any English, and now he's productive. He has a car. He got his high school education. He went to college, and he's doing very well here.
No, and that's what a lot of folks don't understand is some of these young folks are in situations that they did not ask for. That they are, and I hate playing the victim card. That's not really what this is as much as about situation and circumstances, because I don't want to diminish where that is, because we've got this victim mentality of entitlement lately, and I just don't agree with that. But real life situations that many of us probably can't even process or comprehend them. Am I in the right boat?
Oh, yes.
And again, without giving away details, because I think some people that don't do this kind of work, who may come from, for lack of a better description, different life experiences where they didn't experience hardship or any challenge. What are some of those? You gave a situation, a young man being smuggled in who didn't even speak any English lands at your doorstep. What are some of the scenarios that can kind of give our listeners kind of some depth to what some of these challenges that these young folks are facing when they arrive at Kids Harbor?
Well, we've had children that come here that were not used to eating regular meals. They were afraid to eat 3 meals a day because they didn't want to stretch their stomachs and go back to only being able to eat 1 meal a day. We've had kids that the only food they had literally was from the dumpster. And so we've had children come to us with lots and lots of physical trauma where they had been abused physically. There's a lot of mental abuse, sexual abuse. So the children that come to us are scarred and hurting, and that's why we call it the Kids Harbor. We're here to give them a safe place. We want them to feel safe here, and we want them to experience a childhood while they're here. We want to take away their worries about food and shelter and clothing, and you'd be surprised how many of them bear that burden.
Wow. And that's and thank you for sharing that, because I think at times a lot of folks don't truly comprehend. It's kind of that whole thing of not in my backyard, I'm not aware, I don't know. And to hear some of the challenges and the struggles that are faced further reinforces, I'm sure, why Texan Bank chose to just step up and try to work to make a difference.
That's right. We chose Kids Harbor for basically the fact that children are our future. We've got, in order to progress as a country, as a nation, as a society in the world, we've got to have a productive group of young people. So we chose Kids Harbor, and we're trying to do this specific initiative with the backpacks to make sure that they have the tools they need to become educated.
No, and that's a big part of it, and not only get educated, but stay in the system,
right,
to where they don't want to stop out, drop out, or whatever the case might be, because they simply don't have the supplies and the materials and the resources to do what they need to do in school. So real quick, I'm going to do a quick rundown again. If you're wondering where to go, what to do, what kind of resources that you can bring, you can drop off supplies at the nearest location. Again, go out to TexanBank.com. Again, we are talking backpacks, colored construction paper, dividers. One thing I didn't think about is, earbuds, because so much of what goes on in school today, they're doing some auditory,
yeah,
right? Flash drives. Flash drives, what? Right? So some things there. Hand sanitizer, locks, combination locks, permanent markers, pockets, folders with brads, and any different color, paper, some of the obvious things. Composition books here are a huge help, right? All these things and more. You can learn more by going to TexanBank.com. Again, we got up against another break. We're going to come back for a nice long segment, dig in, talk some more about what we can do and how we can help here on the Unleashed Radio Hour.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. And it's about to get worse. The IRS just hired an army of new tax enforcers. So, if you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. Optima has access to a special IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop that army of new enforcers from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A-rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $500 million of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. Call now for your free consultation.
Call 800-711-5743. 800-711-5743. 800-711-5743. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attention managers, business owners, and human resources professionals. Do you struggle with positively engaging and developing your team? Hi, this is Ron Klinger, host of the Unleashed Radio Hour. For over a decade, I have been coaching and helping leaders just like you. From management and leadership training to individual coaching and support, I can help you address the everyday challenges you face in your business or organization. If you're looking for a partner to your success, call the man who can help you with your plan. You can reach me online at motivationaltransitions.com or by phone at 832-746-9760.
This is Business 1110.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Lovely little AC/DC here on this Monday for you. Hopefully your day is off and your week is off in a positive step and going in the right direction, and that's what we want to make sure happens today as we put a spotlight on Kids Harbor. To learn more, you can very easily just go out to kidsharbor.org. That is K-I-D-Z as in zebra, Harbor, Harbor.org. To learn more about the organization, you can go out to their website, sign up for their newsletter. Hey, look at resources, their wish list that's out there. So it's more than just the backpack drive and what we're talking about and school supplies. There are other needs. If you can meet them, jump out. And again, why are we talking about this here on the Unleashed Radio Hour? Again, there is so much data out there that points to the need and the desire of today's workforce to be engaged and to participate in something that is about making a difference. All right, and the reason I bring that up is because for baby boomers and others where it's just about goals and drives and outcomes, they're like, why does that even matter? Well, my hope is today, by us telling this story, is that you get to see that it's not just about going and giving people a day, a quarter away from the office, or going out and saying, hey, we raise a banner of service. When organizations like Texan Bank choose to make a difference, in this case on behalf of Kids Harbor, it really does make a difference. So Sharon and Angela, I want you to kind of speak to that about, again, you said you don't get it, this doesn't work unless the community supports your program.
It just takes more than the resources that we have to care for the children the way we want to. Yes, we do contract with the state, and they do provide funds for us to feed and clothe and house the children, but we want to give them more. We want a better experience. So if we didn't have community involvement, that would be a daunting task. That would be very difficult for us to buy every child here a brand new backpack full of supplies ready to go to school. So I don't think we could do it without community involvement.
Yeah, and what are, just real quick while I've got you, because I want to get back here to Josh and talk some specifics about how, again, Texan Bank is supporting Kids Harbor. But what are some other ways, again, that you mentioned that you are in need of a new van. So if there's folks out there listening, hey, donated van, or someone goes out and helps in the purchase of a van, is that what you're looking for?
Oh, yeah, that would be great. We need a 15-passenger van that could transport at least 15 children. So it's just our bed capacity has grown in the last year, and we just have more of a need for transportation.
Yeah, and that's probably, again, because I'm sure there's also that social side of what you guys are facilitating as well, so that they feel connected to the world around them, not just in one geographical location.
Right. We want them to feel normal. We want them to go to things and experience, play dates and go into water parks, and all of that stuff is just part of childhood. So that's what we're looking for.
That's what you're looking to facilitate. And again, ladies and gentlemen, to learn more, you can go out to kidsharbor.org. Again, kidsharbor.org. And health and well-being, there's family and food and household needs there, obviously. They're providing the care, facilities. I see you even have things like you need help with power washing.
Oh, yeah. We've got lots of needs here. This is a huge facility. We have lots of building, lots of property here. So it's and we've had a lot of community involvement, which has helped us to thrive and grow.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Which again gets back to Texan Bank making the decision to step up. Josh, talk a little bit more about that relationship, about that stewardship of what you guys are doing and making that difference.
Well, that relationship grew, like I said, from really just becoming aware that Kids Harbor was a facility that not only existed but did need support. And, we wanted to, like I said earlier, shift our culture at Texan Bank intentionally to servant leadership, and serving the communities is one of the ways in which we could do that. Sharon told me a story the first time that I had ever went there about a year ago now, that those kids show up a lot of times middle of the night, nothing but their PJs on, and have nothing. Zero possessions to their name. So what they like to do actually is let those kids leave with not only a backpack, but the pillow that they slept with. So these backpacks that people can be donating to Texan Bank to go to Kids Harbor, that's not just for school. Those kids will be taking that with them whenever they get placed into, let's say, another home, or any scenario that you could think of in which a backpack would be necessary.
Right. A way to keep their things that they've been able to acquire, that when they've been whisked away at whatever the situation demands or necessitates, that they actually have and are trying to establish some of that normalcy of life that a young person should have.
I just can't imagine, growing up without the basic things like a pencil to go ahead and write my notes with, or something to put my clothes in whenever I'm getting whisked off or moved around in the middle of the night, or going to a new place to be with a new family, someone I don't know. I definitely think it just provides a little bit of comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. Sharon and Angela, we've got a couple minutes here left before we're gonna cut you guys loose. Is there anything else that you'd really want to share and put out there, that take this moment to tell some stories or get the word out? And again, the whole point is this as well, is that Josh just put is becoming aware. So what would you like to share with the folks that are listening in today?
Well, I just want to thank Texan Bank for making it possible for other people to know about our organization. I've actually gotten a few donations in the mail recently. Have no idea who they're from, but I think it's because of Texan Bank putting us out on that radar. If they would like, the listeners would like, they could go to the Alvin ISD website, see what the school supplies are for a certain grade, and maybe fill a backpack up for that grade. I promise you I'll have a child in that grade.
No, and amen. That's a great idea, because then that way not only they're getting supplies and resources, but specifically the school supplies and resources that they need for that specific school that they will be attending.
Correct.
Yep. Any other stories or message you want to share before we cut you guys loose?
I would like to say that Kids Harbor kind of takes its pride in itself that we are able to take sibling groups. A lot of times there's 3, 4, or 5 kids in a home, and we're able to take that group because of our facility. And so that way the kids don't have to be separated from their brothers or sisters.
Yeah, and how many beds? I don't think we've talked about how many beds do you all have at your facility?
We have 62 beds.
Wow. And again, you're ranging anywhere from kindergarten to...
We have some 2-year-olds all the way up right now.
Wow. So the need is there, and you guys are becoming that extended family for those that have that need, and really trying to, again, help launch into a positive path, not just in life, but in the future of where we're trying to go as a society.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Well, Sharon and Angela, thank you so much for your time here today. I really appreciate what you want to do. Again, if folks want to follow along, Twitter, social media, guys, any social media accounts that they can follow as well?
Well, we have a Facebook page and an Instagram account. It's just Kids Harbor.
All right, and again, that is Kids with a Z, K-I-D-Z, Harbor, HARBOR.org to learn more. Thank you both for all that you're doing and everything that's taken place to take care of those that have been placed in your care and helping them have what they need to still be kids today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Amen. See, and ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is about. It's about finding ways that we can promote awareness, put a spotlight on what is right or what is going on in the community that you may not know, find a need and endeavor to meet that. And really, again, Josh, that's where this comes back to, the different things. I mean, you said, built closets and stained and all these other projects and the fun day. Talk a little bit about that impact of what have you seen from your fellow coworkers and colleagues from rallying around that cause?
I've seen a real push from everybody is just a support. I think it's brought our company closer together because what we've done. I mean, everyone's rallying around this one goal to help these kids. So like for the Splash into Summer Bash, we had individuals and companies donate golly, their time, resources, and they actually showed up. And then our company, all the employees saw it. We all rallied around it. And I mean, we had, I think, some like 40-something of our 50 employees show up at the day to help volunteer in some capacity, one way or the
80%.
other.
I can quickly do the math on that one.
There you
40
go.
out of 50. 80%.
And that could be lowballing it there. It was the turnout and support for the event was just absolutely amazing. And we plan on doing more things in the future for them as well. We'd like to do something similar to Splash into Summer Bash, but possibly like Winter Festival.
Right.
And so that's something we're going to look into. And we're actually already working on getting that set up.
So how do you guys have this? So if let's just say there's a company out there that's listening and they're on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
They're not sure whether they want to get involved in community initiatives. They're not sure how. What does that look like from your perspective, from an organizational role? As you guys have a committee? Is someone in charge? I mean, because you start thinking about it like, work is work, and this is what we got to do. How have you guys made that a successful leap?
I'm going to go back and talk again about our Texas Serving Texans Committee. So we had to form a committee to be able to get this done, and it's made up of myself and I believe about 15 other employees, and everyone has to come together to be able to put on something as large as like a Splash into Summer. It's a birthday party virtually for like 70 kids.
Right.
70 plus.
Right.
And so, it really does take everyone's effort to get it done. But, yeah, you'd have to do it with a committee, and you'd have to get full support from everyone on board. These kind of things don't just happen overnight. That you've got to plan months in advance to get it going. But you'd be surprised. We were all surprised by the outpouring of support that we got from local business individuals in the community. It was we were actually able to purchase with the proceeds from this event 2 to 3 outfits per kid.
Oh, wow.
With the proceeds that came from that. It was incredible.
And you wouldn't you for folks who have, it's hard for them to process what those who do not have go through.
And how much of a difference it makes when you're able to make a simple donation.
So just, and again, if we all just go back, I know when I was a kid, I had my favorite attire, right?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, man, brother, be cool.
Got your Nikes.
I got my Nike from head to toe. As a matter of fact, like I do
I know,
today.
I'm looking at you right now.
Hey, and just imagine the confidence and the comfort level that young folks can have, and just think of all the ways and the barriers of which that gets in the way of them being able to be successful in their academic and future endeavors. Mm-hmm. And you all are working positively to make that difference, to benefit, to give to Kids Harbor. Again, if you want to learn more about Kids Harbor, we'll talk some more here again about Texan Bank in just a moment. We're going to run to a break, but for Kids Harbor, again, go out kids, KIDZ, Harbor, HARBOR.org. All right, we're going to rock to a break. We're going to come back. It is our Be Positive segment of the show, and then we'll bring it to a close. And just like that, another journey of the Unleashed Radio Hour. We're right back.
If your car's no longer covered by a manufacturer's warranty, repairing it can break the bank. Rebuild, replace transmission, $3,200. Anti-lock brake system, $1,000. Rebuild, replace engine, $2,400. Truth is, once your warranty runs out, it's all on you. Every last cent. A vehicle service contract just makes sense. And a vehicle service contract from Toco Warranty makes the most sense. Many other companies hit you with a large down payment. With Toco, there's no down payment. And with Toco, you can pay as you go with affordable payments. Don't waste another minute. Pick up the phone and call Toco right now to start saving big money on expensive covered auto repairs. Prices vary by vehicle. The monthly price for most plans? About the cost of a tank of gas per month. Get your free quote now. Call Toco at 800-269-3100. That's 800-269-3100. 800-269-3100. Cancellation fee may apply. Subject to eligibility. Not available in Missouri and Washington. Waiting period and deductible apply. Coverage provided and administered by Warrantech Corporation or its affiliates. Not affiliated with any manufacturer or dealership. Visit TocoWarranty.com for complete terms and conditions.
Attention managers, business owners, and human resources professionals. Do you struggle with positively engaging and developing your team? Hi, this is Ron Klinger, host of the Unleashed Radio Hour. For over a decade, I have been coaching and helping leaders just like you. From management and leadership training to individual coaching and support, I can help you address the everyday challenges you face in your business or organization. If you're looking for a partner to your success, call the man who can help you with your plan. You can reach me online at motivationaltransitions.com or by phone at 832-746-9760.
This is Business 1110.
Oh, yeah. Now that you know that we're dialed in, we're arriving at the Be Positive segment of the show today, which is this point in time in the hour of our show here on the Unleashed Radio Hour, where we go out and we try to connect a positive quote, something that I hope will resonate with the message of each show, or something that, you know what, I just feel so moved to share. And today we're talking about giving back. We're talking about being a part of something that is greater than ourselves. And there is a gaggle of quotes out there, but this is the one that resonated with me the most right here, right now. Is life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I repeat, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? By none other than the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'll post that out. That Be Positive quote of today's show will be out on Facebook. All you got to do, again, I go out there, beg, I grovel, I plea. Go out, search Facebook, just look for Unleashed Radio Hour. Like the page. I repeat, you will go out to Facebook, you will search, and you will like the page for the Unleashed Radio Hour. That's my subliminal message voice. I don't know where it comes from. I just get it. It moves me.
That is Radio Ron right there, baby.
It's whatever it is, right? That's dialed in, that Radio Ron voice. But Josh, it's been a pleasure having you here on the show. We were talking about, and it's that part of where you all have chosen to step up and make a difference for others. And you said you had some stats on, what we're really trying to do is help to make sure not only the young folks that arrive at Kids Harbor have what they need, but they also can succeed. And with regards to right now, we're in that academic push. You said you had some stats about how important that is.
I do, and they are some not so fun facts. So dropouts, as we know, face an extremely bleak economic and social prospects. Compared to high school graduates, they are less likely to find a job, earn a living wage, and more likely to be poor and suffer from a variety of adverse health conditions because of that. So let me just show you right here. 1.2 million students drop out of high school in the United States every year. That's a kid every 26 seconds. In the United States, high school dropouts commit 75% of crimes. And a high school dropout will earn $200,000 less in his lifetime than a child who did graduate from high school. So this is an opportunity right now, not just to make a donation to Kids Harbor and a Texan Day, but to make an investment in the future of America.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as I know you like to say, what's one of your slang, your lingos? You have a hat that said it?
Hat that said it.
Yeah, you don't remember class?
No.
Something about making America great again?
Oh, make America great again. That's right.
Hey, you can't refute the statement about the investment in the youth and making that happen there. So, hey, listen, we're going to come back. We're going to come back for our final closing segment here shortly. You're dialed in. This is the Unleashed Radio Hour.
Writing a Christian book, you're doing an amazing thing, getting it all down on paper. But once you've got the manuscript, then what? Well, you can spend a year or more trying to find a publisher, or you can cut right to the chase. Make your book real with Zulon Press. Finding a publisher is time-consuming and uncertain. With Zulon Press, things are quick and definite. They specialize in one thing, helping Christian authors put their books in print. Zulon Press will publish your book. Zulon Press gets it into bookstores. Your book is on Amazon. Work with Zulon Press and there's no question, you are a published author. If you're writing a Christian book, get your free publishing guide from Zulon Press. Just log on to ChristianPublishing.com. That's ChristianPublishing.com. Zulon Press. Book publishing by Christians for Christians. Get your free publishing guide at ChristianPublishing.com. Zulon Press is a division of Salem Communications, the same people who bring you this nifty radio station.
This is Business 1110.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're dialed in here. This is the experience known as the Unleashed Radio Hour. This is our final and closing segment. I had the pleasure today of having with me is Josh Griffon, who is with Texan Bank, Assistant Vice President, Business Development Officer, and really the do-gooder, if you will. And I mean that in an absolute positive, affirmative statement.
You're sweet, Ron.
I tried to. Hey, just don't tell anybody. No, wait a minute. You just did. That's all right. Hey, I just had Mike blow me a kiss from across the studio. So real quick, give them a quick synopsis. You guys are supporting Kids Harbor. There's a specific campaign you're driving. It's all you.
All right. The more than just a backpack and school supplies drive. You can drop off backpack, school supplies, like Ron said, dividers, flash drives, pens, pencils, construction papers at any one of our 4 branches. That's Houston, Friendswood, Clear Lake, and Sugar Land. Try to get them in by August 10th. That's before school starts, but we will be taking up until September 29th. There's typically sales that go on after school, so we'd like to give people the opportunity to still give. Like I said, these kids will take these backpacks not just to school, but beyond from Kids Harbor, and it would be great to step them off on the right foot.
Absolutely. And if you want to learn more, real quick and easy, ladies and gentlemen, go out to TexanBank.com. Again, TexanBank.com. Scroll down in the bottom right corner. You'll see a link to learn more. Texans Serving Texans has partnered with Kids Harbor, and you can click on the Learn More link to get that full list of supplies, where to go, how to learn more about Kids Harbor. Again, Kids Harbor, KIDZ, kids with a Z, harbor.org. Josh, appreciate everything you're doing. Appreciate you stepping up as a community leader to make a difference and an impact out there and helping Texan Bank do what they're doing and making a difference at Kids Harbor.
Hey, Ron, thanks a lot for having me, man. I really appreciate it. This has been great. I've never been on the radio. This is fun.
Hey, you did good. You did good, brother. You sounded good. Hey, and hopefully we've got a great message. Matter of fact, I know we do for next week. It's always a pleasure when I have a chance. You talked about servant leadership. We're going to talk more about leadership next week with a good, well, I say good friend because we went to graduate school together, but it's one of those friends that we picked up the phone, hadn't talked for 20 years, and guess what? We're going to talk here on the show next week because she's got a brand new book out. I'm going to leave it out to anticipation. It's about leadership and telling the art of a story, right? Her name is Esther Choi, a fellow colleague in my graduate program. Excited to put a spotlight on her work, the difference that she is making, just like the difference that Texans Bank is making today. TexanBank.com, where you can go out, learn more about Kids Harbor. Dial in next week on leadership. I'm excited to have a good friend and colleague coming back on the airwaves. I say good friend because we picked up the phone like we never lost touch, all right, and just picked up right where we left off from grad school at A&M. Whoop! Oh, wait a minute. I can't do that for you.
Recom Tech.
Yeah, exactly. Guns up for you,
Got to give a shout out to the Red Raiders.
Hey, just got to give me some tortillas. I'm waiting to get hit by tortillas here in studio. Hey, you've listened to, great show today, I believe. Thank you very much to Sharon and Angela out at Kids Harbor for joining us today. Thank you to all of you at Texan Bank that I know are listening today. Any shout-outs you want to give real quick that you know, people?
My wife, Brittany Griffon, my mom and dad, and everyone over at Texan Bank listening. Thanks, love you guys.
Hey, it's always a family that loves you the most.
Gotta throw a shout-out to the fam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, just like that, we've brought to another close, another edition of the experience known as the Unleashed Radio Hour. Your host, Ron Klinger. I want to thank Josh and everybody that made today's show a reality. Thank Mike behind the board. Hey, listen, you have a choice. We appreciate you listening in. We're out here trying to make a difference in what we do every day. It's an honor. It's an privilege, ladies and gentlemen. Until next week, see ya.